Hi, a very warm welcome to Dusty Shelf Collectibles. Here today in the West Midlands at the Black Country Museum. So just going to take a wander around and show you what's here. So this is the working replica of the world's first steam engine, built in 1712 by Thomas Newcomb. It's actually originally built a mile from the spot. Looks like a single cylinder, and obviously with a beam at the top for pumping, I guess in a pumping station. Indeed, you can see the other end of the beam here, and the rod going down to a pump in the ground, pumping water, I guess pumping water out of a mine or something along those lines. Yeah, just over here is the mine attraction. So this is walkthrough. Unfortunately, you can't actually film on there because it gets very dark. So I mean, you wouldn't see anything anyway. But very, very claustrophobic, very, very low ceilings, but with a very strong atmosphere. Very, very well executed. I don't believe it is actually part of a real mine. I think it is a mock-up, but you couldn't tell. You couldn't tell. It's very, very well done. The entrance to the mine is just literally behind the building there, and as you can see, there's no hillside or anything for the mine to be there. So I think it's probably just very, very shallow in the ground. We've got over here coal merchants. This is the coal merchant's office. Got a very, very strong smell in here of the I guess it's a tar on the sacks. This is scales here, and just outside there is some ground scales. Come up this way through the coal yard. Quite a few old boilers all around this part of this area. The different shapes and sizes. Climb up these steps. It's a single cylinder winding machine. Thanks. See the bell on the wall there, the indicator for, I guess it would be used to winch the coal up from the mine. Use that indicator on the wall to say when the buckets are loaded. What's in here? A Capel fan and Hindley engine. It's a belt-driven fan engine, typical of ventilation plant found in small Black Country mines. Oh, I see. So we're pulling air in from the top there. This will be the impeller, and it's pushing air down into the mine through there. And then the mine head. cottage. Hope the camera's picking up the detail in here. And just round the side is the vegetable garden. Very, very well done. Let's come back out here and show you the next house. This one here is the Tilted Cottage. Looks like one of my building projects. Let's go and have a quick look inside. Hens in the garden. Let's have a look in here. So, I don't know if the camera's picking up, but can you see the curvature in the wall of the building? Mangle on the hearth. The new section, it says here industrial quarter coming soon. So sadly not open yet, but new building that is going to open shortly. There goes the bus again. Let's just have a peer. There's a little window here. Give you a peek what's inside. Yeah, not a lot in there yet, but I'm sure the infrastructure will come soon. And this house is quite interesting. They've not opened these buildings yet, but I believe this is one of only a few of these were built, 6 or 7 of them. I think they're cast iron after the war, prefabricated metal buildings. And there was as I say, only a few of them were built with sort of experimental design, if you like. And these ones have been moved here recently. I mean, if I go a bit closer, you may be able to make out the sort of cladding on the side and the way it's riveted. I'll try and put some captions in the video because I haven't got all the information with me. I'll look it up when I get home, when I'm editing this together. And again, one of their newer buildings. I mean, it says on the door here, midwife and doctor are out on their rounds, so that's a giveaway of that this is, I guess, some sort of surgery. I don't know what period it dates from, but quite ornate. This is a chimney at the top, quite interesting. Let's just have a little walk into this paddock. It says Lench's Oliver Shop on the side, but the chimney pots here. The cast chimney pots, some really ornate ones. And a belt drive over the back there for driving machinery. Fantastic, fantastic building. I think this is actually where the stables where they keep the horses, so let's keep walking. How fantastic does this look? This is, I believe it's 1960s, and each of these shops set out inside full of memorabilia. Let's take a look. So this one, Stanton's, established 1870. His master's voice on there. And in the window here, all different transistor radios.
Do you know how these ones have been?
Well, there won't be any difference. Running Carolyn had a woman psychic. Any Carol and Opera package
can also book one of the rooms to stay.
Lovely period Morris Minor. Beautiful. Marsh and Baxter Limited, the butchers. Got the bank. Let's say the butchers here. What's this one? Sort of haberdashery store of some sort. Let's take a look.
We'll come back that way. Remind me.
Come closer. It's closed.
Care cream. I think I need some more.
We've got the barber shop here. We come back and show you the front. Don't know if we're going to peek in there. Show the barber's chair. It's very crowded.
If you have, I pulled it up this morning. There it is, look, can you see? And that is why.
They got that old annual.
Sweet shop. Got the penguin biscuits down here. Co-op branch over the road there. Hell's Own Hasbury Industrial, it says. And Spring Hill Post Office. Yeah, these buildings, I think these are pretty new to the museum and they're just getting them all open, so it does say on the signs here that the building will be open in 2024. We've got Morris 8 here. Does look fantastic. Now, anybody who's watched my videos on my channel will know that I'm a massive fan of Carter's Steam Fair, and I am so pleased to say that some of the fair, well, it's sad because it's been split up, but some of the fair has found a new home, and it is indeed here. So you can see the beautiful caravans here, but I don't know if anybody recognises this if you've been to the fair before, but this is the Carter's Chaeroplane. Been bought by the Hyman family, and it's finding residence here at the Black Country Museum. You can see the number 18 here, Victory Dive Bomber. Again over the back there, you can see just make out the trailer that would carry the Chaeroplanes. And these are the smaller children's rides from Carter's. Got the hand-driven dobbies here. So you see the wheel in the middle there. The operator turns that wheel, and obviously these move around in a circle. Got the small cars. And the classic boat ride over the back there. And the family that's bringing all this here, this is the family that bringing us all here. This is the Jets, and Carter's Steam Fair. You would have seen the Jets before. The Hyman family travelled the Jets with Carter's, so Carter's never actually owned this ride. And indeed, it's his family that's moved forward with the smaller children's rides from Carter's and the Chaeroplanes. So I think it's fantastic to see the rides back in use. I'm so pleased to see this here, and certainly be able to go before the end of the day, that's for sure. And just over the back here, let's go around here. We got number 7. There goes the bus again. And number 7 has just been repainted. or very recently been repainted. This did have the Carters written on the side, and now you can see it's got modern amusements on there. And again, you see the Alex Hyman amusements. So lovely to see these back in use and out of the yard once again. Let's just hope the rest of the fair finds a permanent home in a not too distant future. Right, the garage. We got Wolseley here. You see the old petrol pumps over there next to the bus. I don't know whether you'd call that a charabanc, probably. Wonderful. It's now inside here, if you can just make it out, there's a row of cars over the back there. I can't see what they are, sadly, and it's all locked up today. Very well done though. Huge tram shed over here. Looks like they're extending the rails to come into the shed. Right, and this is St James's Infant School. It says established 1842. Now I can't film inside there, sadly. It's actually the mock-up classes in there, and they invite people to join the class and do your times tables and things, but it does say no recording, so I will respect that. But the building's fantastic. I remember there being one of these close to where I was brought up. Sadly that's all knocked down as a block of flats now. So I think this is 1930s, 1940s, this street. If you do ever come here, fish and chip shop here, Hobbs and Sons, fantastic chips, honestly. I had some for lunch, cooked in beef dripping, really beautiful taste. You can see the museum continuing over this side. I'll go down there in a little bit. Let's carry on through here. Menswear specialist.
It's not your toilet seat then, it's your toilet itself. The toilet seat is that way. The only thing we haven't done is down there.
Take on the windows, obviously, for during the war period. This is a motorcycle shop, so let's head in.
Yeah.
Isn't it lovely? That's
Look, the
using the inner
Sunbeam,
circle part
yeah.
now.
But it's not. They changed the trading name, unfortunately.
Look at the cycle lamps in here.
Site in UK, and it's not. I mean, you can still get the old maps.
I take that home, but then I'd let me.
Do you ride?
I don't ride a bicycle, no.
Ooh. My mum was.
Oh, did she? Of course,
Bunch of repair kits.
it started really bicycles.
There's so much stuff on the wall.
They all do, to be fair.
But, you know, after the ordinary, when they went to the wheels the
Safety
same
bike,
size, they got became popular in the 20s.
Absolutely.
Realised that exercise was
Cubic
wrong.
centimetres.
And loads of people decided
Get it?
Just want to point out the lampposts. You just come to one side. There's sun behind me. Now if I follow them right the way up, I don't know if you can make out right at the top there, the reflector. got a bulb with sort of an ornate reflector above it. It's quite interesting. A radio store. Wireless on there, look. Just looking over the back there, you actually buy the valves for the valves in the cabinet there, replacement valves. So the pub on the corner here, the Elephant and Castle. The tiles on it are absolutely exquisite. Building across the way there is a Workers' Institute. Let's have a quick look inside there. Typewriter there, I don't know if you can see that. Just going to come in here, this is actually a canteen, but I just want to show you the ceiling in here. Rather interesting. Very bumpy. a 1903 12 horsepower Sunbeam motor car. How fantastic is that? Lovely. 1912 Star Victoria, 10 to 12 horsepower. See the lamps on the front of this, and just on the grille there you can make out the star emblem. Wonderful. Over the back there we've got a 1912 Guy Morris fire engine. And just behind that is a 1926 Beam commercial lorry. I don't know what these two are. This one's a Turner. Don't really know the really old cars. I don't know what that one is. 1954 Keith Limited of Wolverhampton. Over the back there is a 1953 PRA race car. And a Fiske Family 3, so 3-wheeler, 2 on the front, 1 on the back. That's very rare. I don't think I've ever seen one of those. 1959 that's from. And again, there's a Star Comet, but I can't see which one it is. I think it's that red one over the back there. And Elvis in front of us. This one says on the grill, you can see it says Lino, L-Y-N-O. Not a make I've heard of. And 1930s AJS coach-built 2-seater. Quite a nice little collection of cars there. I'll just show you through the windows here. We've got a workshop where various machines in the process of being restored, I guess. There's an Austin there. I don't know whether this is just somebody working on their own car or this is being restored, but good old Defender. There's some sort of frame assembly here. Don't know what that's for, but you can see over the back there the sort of fiberglass shell. Quite intriguing. You see the network of wires above us for the trolley buses, which I think possibly in the next building. Got a couple of buses that you can see there, and just beyond those, I don't know if the camera's picking it out, but I can make out 3 trolley buses. But sadly the gates are crossed and we can't get in to have a good look at them. And then this little van here, the Cooperative Society delivery wagon, and Midland Counties Dairy Limited little trike there, the handle on the front. So I guess that's you know, it's motorised, and you pull the handle and it would follow you. Just a view here across the boatyard and the canal. And the old post box here.
Yeah, we've done everything, haven't we? Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah,
See the canal? Really picturesque.
Yeah.
And then this is a 1930s, 20s, 30s street, so see here the confectioner, chocolatier, and general stores over the way. Just a quick look in here.
textile industry, you would have had a whole family working. It wouldn't have just been women and it wouldn't have been men. It would have been everybody in the family. So we're going to start off by putting a little cut in the metal. And that's so that we can fetch the nail off at the end. And then we're going to stretch it out into our nail. So we're having the whole family in here, metal nail, or working I should say. And most of them being the actual start making nail at the age of 7 years old. And then when you got to 8 years old, you'd be expected to make the same amount as your mum and dad. So we're going to give this a little bit more of a cut. Not too much to undo with my hand. And then what I am going to do is just pop round to each window. Oh dear. If I'm strong enough, she says. We haven't put my foot in long enough. I'm having to use more of my strength. There we go. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to put the head on.
That's what you
Cake shop. All kinds of bits and pieces in there. There's a chemist over here. So a quick look inside. See in the window here. Hardware store. All the tools in the window there. Take it inside this one. Ah, look, they do sell fork handles. All kinds of pots and pans up there. Look at the display over there. I don't know if you can see it on there. I'll try and zoom in. For raw plugs. Fascinating. This is a typical Black Country ironmonger's shop, created using original fittings from the premises of Thomas Nash in Church Street, Albury. He began his business in 1860. Very interesting. Methodist Church. And there is an upcharge attraction here, which is a canal boat trip through a tunnel. You see, underground tunnel trips. I'll just go down and show you the entrance to the tunnel. Now, I've not managed to do that today. We've not really had enough time, so that's something maybe for a future visit. Starting to get very quiet now because yeah, a lot of people have gone home. But you see the boats here, and right in the distance the tunnel entrance. So I shouldn't think you see a great deal, but it'll still be quite an experience, I guess. This is a trap shop. I did come in here earlier and it was quite surprising. So you come in through this little door, and sort of the office here. You see the old desk and typewriter. And you turn this corner, and there's a huge workshop. And all the way through here, you see all the stamping machines. Another one over there. And every bench is fitted with a fly press. And when they say trap, it is indeed a sort of an animal trap that this workshop made. It's in down on the floor there as well. So all these fixtures, obviously, I guess some sort of production line. That they do use the fly presses to bend the metal in certain ways, and yeah, cold form these traps that you see here. But fantastic building. I mean, look at the architecture in here, the way the roof is held up, and obviously this has been transported. Everything in this museum, everything in the Black Country Museum, has been was at risk and brought to the museum from this area. So this would have been a factory in this area, and indeed brought into the museum. So up on the wall here you see all the stencils, and these are the locations that these traps were sent to. So I guess once they're boxed up or shipped, they just paint over the stencil, and yeah, it goes straight out to wherever. You can see on the box here, typical of what the stencil would be used for. I just think it's fantastic that this sort of history is being looked after and being kept for the future, because these places were all over. I mean, I certainly in my hometown, when I was young, I was aware of workshops such as this, and yeah, they've all been developed and yeah, stripped of their machinery, and it's all gone. So it's lovely to see this sort of thing. Side of the Methodist church there. We've got the Bottled Glass Inn. I'm not going to peer through the window because I can see people sitting in there. A little bit awkward. Sawdust on the floor. Shoemaker. All the mandrels and tools for making shoes. Right here. The blacksmith, a forge in there. I'll show you better from here. Just fascinating walking all these buildings. See the little cottages here. Take your side one on. This is the boatyard. Lovely setting next to the canal. The canal wraps around the bottom of the site here. And this is sort of, I guess, like an island as the canal comes round. Look at the drop hammer over the back there. The boiler over the back there, and obviously the steam, creating the steam for the drop hammer, and some sort of furnace here for obviously heating up the metal. And you've got some huge anchors here, which I don't know whether this was the machinery that was used to make these. These look a little bit too big for that that small hammer over the back there, but you never know.
It's not only the most important part of chain making, it's also the trickiest as well, as it's very easy to get the metal either too hot or not hot enough. So if I get the metal too hot, it's going to melt away in the fire and there won't be enough material to finish the link. However, if I don't get the bar hot enough, as I hammer those ends down, it won't weld and I'll have to try again. Once the metal's at its temperature, I'll rest everything on the anvil and hammer those ends together. So that has now melted those two ends together, and this is now one solid loop of steel. So now I'm going to forge this weld back down, trying to get it to the original thickness that it started out at. Right, so now this weld's back to the right thickness, I now want to make it as round and as neat as possible. So I'll put this back into the fire for the final time, and then I'll use this tool to neaten it all up. Back to the right shape. I'm now giving a few bits on the side to sort of make it a bit more of an and there we have one finished in my hand. Thank you for watching.
It's always a straight in. It's Noreen's birthday! Wait, Corey. Where do you come from, Noreen? Warsaw. Somebody asked you. Hey? Originally burnt. That's even worse than Warsaw, that is. Fancy telling us that? Is it anybody else's birthday? I suppose we'll have to stick with you then, Noreen. Hey, look at the show everybody your yellow nails. Hey, big round of applause for the yellow nails. I won't ask how old you are, how old are you? Now the song, do you? Everybody going to join in. What are you laughing at? Is that your mate? Hey? Not anymore. Where do you come from? Oh no, there's two of them without numbers, folks. Anybody else here from Warsaw? See, I'm on your own. They're all saying that, will they? What we singing? Happy birthday. From two. No, Rory. Right, so. Ready? After three. Oh, three. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear
This is 1960 street, 1940s to 1960s. This actually only opened about a month ago, so very, very new part of the museum.
Good afternoon, friends. My name's Johnny Victory, and across some songs from the 50s for you to get you in the mood with this fantastic new street. Here we go.
certainly a fantastic place. We've managed to fill a whole day here, and our feet are absolute killers. We've walked up and down, and yeah, it's been absolutely wonderful. I can highly recommend it. So if you haven't been, I'd check out the Black Country Museum in Dudley. Well worth a visit. Anyway, we'll leave that one there. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.